Spinning. Here we go. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Josh. How Maria?
Good
Hi.
morning.
Awesome. Happy holidays. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
happy
Happy
holidays.
holidays. Almost here.
Absolutely. So we're talking about success in 2024 and time management and time blocking.
I love it. I love it. I was literally just listening to another coach, and he, it stuck with me. It was some of you guys know John Black out there,
Yeah.
Yeah.
seeing
Yeah.
his name, and there's a lot of truth to this. Is a time of year where everybody kind of takes their foot off the pedal and waits for 2024 to come into play here. But I think this is great. We do this so we can get everybody's. Hopefully, somebody one or two people can get their head in the right mind space of what they're going to do is consistency jumping into 2024. So I think this is a great conversation. It's nothing earth-shattering, but this is where the true money is made in real estate is time management. Would you ladies agree?
I 100% agree. And I think a very common trait in real estate agents is not being well organized and being like I'm super ADD. Like I am all over the place. So if I don't time block, I don't get anything done. I mean, I get a little bit of this and a little bit of that, but nothing truly completed. So to say, I mean, everybody on my team and every client of mine knows that from like 9 to 11, I am prospecting, whatever that may look like, telephone calls, that's my time blocking. All my appointments I schedule in the afternoons, starting at 1. And that's how I've done for 17 years, because if I don't, like I said, I'm all over the place. I also try to time block with even working out, like my personal life as well.
Right.
It's important. That's important.
Oh yeah. Well, I want to tell you guys a story. You got time for story time?
I would love it.
This is a story. What's that?
Story time with Josh.
Oh yeah, this is a story that's always stuck with me. So I've been in the business for a while, and about 20 years ago, I had a great mentor of mine. He was like, and this was before the days of social media. I don't know why I brought that up, but it was a while ago. We'll say that. So the point of the story is, he looked at me. He said, "Josh, I need you to analyze, when are you at your best? What are the most productive 2 hours of your day? Analyze when you have the most energy. What are those hours?" And I thought about it. I said, you know what? I think it's from 8 a.m. to 10 a.m. every single day. And he said, well, here's what we're going to do. I'm going to be your accountability partner. I'm going to have you write me $4,000 checks to an organization that you cannot stand. That you cannot stand. And I'm like, I'm 22 years old. If he cashed $1,000 check, that would have hurt.
I'm in trouble.
So he said, Josh, every single morning you are going to call me from the office telephone line between 8 a.m. and 8:05. I'm going to give you till 8:05 every single day.
Love it.
And if I do not get a phone call from you from the office line, which means I've had to get in the office, then I'm going to send that check.
Oh, I love it.
So we did that for a year or two, and I would say that instilled some serious discipline in my schedule. And 20 years later, I literally show up at the office every day at 8 a.m.
See, I love it.
Consistency every day. And I'll tell you, you guys all know I'm a diehard Michigan fan.
Yes.
You know who those checks were written to was the Michigan State football program.
You're like, they're not going out. Those are not
going out. But it's a lesson. And, we all have an opportunity to pick what our productive hours are. And it's all about execution and discipline. And you might need help with that. You might need an accountability partner with that. Mm-hmm. I needed help with that. So I'll just kind of get into my morning routine. And then, Maria, you can take over and talk about maybe your day a little bit. I'm a big believer, like Jennifer said, get your morning right.
That's right.
I feel like if I can get my morning right, the rest of my day is going to be a success. And I'm not the type of person that is going to be perfect all day long. Like some people say you got to time block all day. I can't do it, full disclosure. But if I can get from 5 a.m. until noon right every single day, I'm going to be highly successful.
That's right.
And I have, as many of you know, 4 young children. I had to make some changes where like the only time I could get to the gym and back home was like 5 a.m. So my gym time is from 5 to 6. And then everything is the same. It's super weird, but like I'm putting the dishes away at the same time. I'm making the kids breakfast at the same time. I'm taking them to school at the same time. And then I get to the office 8:15 every single day. From 8 to 9, I'm focused on my follow-up activities, not prospecting activities, follow-up emails, follow-up phone calls.
Right.
9 to 10 every single day is team meetings. Those team meetings change. Today was more of a script and conversation, situational lead follow-up. How are you communicating with people, for example? So that 10 to noon is my prospecting time. And that can be phone calls, that can be social media posts, that can be handwritten notes, that can be agent follow-ups, you name it. But if I can get to noon with consistency every day, that's 7 hours of consistency. And the rest of my day is going to flow with appointments. Every afternoon is going to look a little bit different for me. But I just think that if you can get your morning right in this business with consistency, you will be well ahead of the crowd.
Well, I 100% agree, but it's interesting because you take it way deeper than I take it. What about you, Maria?
Yeah, I'm sitting there going, I kind of want to be Josh when I
No,
grow up.
no.
Right, me too.
Well, listen,
Yeah.
don't forget, I have a 7-year-old, a 10-year-old, 11-year-old, 13-year-old. Like I had to do that for my own mental health, right?
Yeah.
Because I got in a situation, I was waking up at the same time as 4 young kids. That's not going to work. Never going to work. Right. So I had to get like 2 hours ahead of my children just for my mental health. So by the time they wake up, I'm like, okay, I'm ready to go. Let's get this day rolling.
You're like, let's go, kids.
So, Maria, what does like your day look like? What does your time blocking look like?
Okay, I do time block, but I do it, I think, a little bit differently than you guys do because I'm a little bit more flexible with my time blocking. And that is that I like to prospect for 2 hours a day, but I'm very flexible on what that time is. But I will tell you this. I am a person that I'm very disciplined in the fact that my alarm clock goes off every day, 7 days a week. And I get up at the same time every day. I go to bed at the same time every day. I'm that person. So I've got that consistency and that discipline kind of down pat. So I'm a little more flexible in my day as far as appointments go. I try to make the appointments work for my clients or for my vendors. For example, I've got a Matterport that the only time that my guy could get there is today between 12:30 and 2:30. So I'm like, okay, well then, boom, that's blocked. I know where I'm going to be. So I'm a little bit more flexible with it, but I still make sure that I get those blocks in where I do all of my prospecting and all of the things that I need to do to be successful, that I get that done in the day.
See, that's good. I mean, I wake up at the same time. I don't even set an alarm clock. I'm an early bird. I wake up early.
I usually wake up anyway.
Well,
I
need to put working out in there, but usually I am always at the office from 9 and prospect 9 to 11. Then I take a little break, do whatever I need to do. And then all my appointments are after 1, which for me, it just makes it so, it just makes it my life easier. Right. It just makes it so I get things done. And plus this is a business where you have no schedule. It's super easy to say I'm busy. And when you actually look at it, you haven't done anything.
Right. Well, there's nothing wrong with picking your productive hours, like Maria said. I mean, it doesn't have to be the morning. I can tell you, Scott on my team, he's right next to me. Like he is a self-proclaimed non-morning person. Yeah. So, that's fine. He actually works harder and longer hours than most of us, but his more productive time on the phone is from like 5 to 7 p.m.
I've got an agent on my team that's like that too. I think as long as you do that time blocking, as long as you say, this is the dedicated time that I am going to do this, like you said, I don't think it matters what time it is.
Right.
As the team leader, did you find that a little bit difficult when you first started working with that person that had a different schedule from you? Because I remember when I first got that person on my team and their schedule wasn't the same as mine because I'm obviously a morning person.
Right.
And it threw me off, but I'm like, it's okay because this still works. This still works for her. You know, she's just more productive after 11 a.m. That's fine.
Yeah, I think that's 100% fine. Everybody's different. And I think as a team leader, I know we have all high D personalities. Sometimes we got to take a step back because we expect everybody to do things the way that we do things, but then we need to take a step back and take a deep breath and understand that everybody's different. Everybody's productive in different ways. So that's why, that's what we're talking about. And I think a good example right now for any agent would be to do some exercises on truly tracking what you do on a daily basis.
That is true.
We are in a business of, you guys said it, like you can either maybe you feel really busy, but are you being productive? We talk about fake work and social media scrolling and this and that. And I think a really good exercise for agents is just to be truly honest with yourself. Do this for a week or two. Analyze every hour of the day and truly ask yourself, am I working a full-time job or am I working 2 to 3 hours a day?
Josh, I think that's an excellent point. And sometimes I have to do that with my own self too, right? To be like, okay, this week I'll have to admit, like I'll write down like, played with my grandbaby from 9 to 9:30 and trying to be truly honest with myself to make sure that I'm being productive too. Because like you said, it's easy to think you're busy and then you're like, oh, but I've been in the office since 7:30 this morning. But what have I truly done? Making activities. I love it.
There's a lot of activity, like daily activity trackers out there. I'm sure you can Google them, print them out. I mean, there's countless opportunities for agents to really analyze that and dig deep. I mean, this is a self-starter, self-motivated business, and the people that are successful are aware of reality. Like, and we've all went through this, and we're still working on it. Like you just said, Jennifer. I mean, some days you look at the day and you're like, "Gosh, I actually didn't do much." And I think the same thing. And that awareness and being honest with yourself is going to move you ahead in this business. So I think a good challenge for everybody to think about that in great detail right now and maybe make some changes for 2024.
No,
I love it. I think that's excellent. Good
advice. You guys remember the ISA? My ISA started this past Monday. And every morning before 8:05 a.m. my time, I have a message on my phone, even if it's just "Good morning, Maria," just to say I am at my desk, I am working. Good morning, I'm ready to go. It has been wonderful because that kind of gets me going, and then I'll reply back, and I'm like, okay, let's make it a productive day, and it's been great because I was like, she really kind of works like I do, She's there, she's sitting there, she's ready to go.
Right.
She's got that time blocked. She blocked that time.
100%. It's all about the practice, right? I'm going to go back to John Cheplock again for a second time today because I like some of his quotes out there. But he said, I mean, maybe somebody else said this. I think he said this, but if realtors want to get paid like professional athletes, they got to put the time in like professional athletes, right? Like the best of the best in the world are practicing day in and day out. And if you want to be the best, if you want to get paid like the best, I mean, you have to put in that type of discipline because nobody's watching you. I mean, again, this is a very independent business. Like you can go all day and do nothing if you want in a lot of cases. And it falls back on your self-discipline. So anyway.
You're 100% right. Thank you guys. This was a good, and again, we do this every Thursday at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time. Ideally, they're 10 minutes long, and it's just a quick tidbit to make every person, every real estate agent successful in 2024.
So let's go time block. Let's go.
That's exactly right. Let's come up with our perfect day and our perfect week.
Right. Happy holidays, all. So I'm assuming we'll catch up in the new year. Give everybody a break next week, right?
That's right. And then, yeah, you're right. So it will be. So we're talking January 4th will be the next time.
January 4th, whatever that Thursday is.
Okay, let's plan on it. I love it.
Bye.
Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.
Happy holidays, guys.
Yeah.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.